Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you all the things that could possibly make noise in your C8 Corvette. So I had the very stressful and upsetting situation where I had this occasional knock every time I went over a bump, went on my driveway, even went into my garage. You heard a little, which sounded almost like the turn signal at a very low volume. Driving me crazy. People had been in my car, they couldn't hear it. I heard it, it was making me insane. I like a very tight, quiet vehicle. So I literally went through everything on this car to figure out where it could be coming from. Was it the HUD or the heads-up display? Was it one of the air ducts? Was it a loose wiring harness? Was it the actual steering column? Was it the frunk? Was it the tub? Was it the brake module? Was it the coolant? Was it the strut towers? Was it something else going on in there? I went through and retorqued everything in there. So I'm gonna break this video down real quick, just show you all the different areas that you can find a sound, and where it actually came from was really a simple fix and a simple problem due to bad driving conditions or a road, in which case on the Sawgrass Expressway, they are repaving or re-asphalting a section, and that's what caused this problem. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you. All right, so as you'll see here, I'm on the Sawgrass, and this is where the asphalt changed. If you look right there in the left lane, there's about a 1-inch difference in asphalt. Hitting that at a high rate of speed, particularly when my suspension was set in Z mode, created a really loud bang, and I believe that that's what damaged the end links of my sway bars. All right guys, so I've gotten to the point of wit's end. I have taken this car apart from the entire frunk, taking it out, restoring and getting everything silent under the cowl, under the panels, under everything in there, any loose wire, the fans of the cooler, of the radiators. I've been under the car, I've taken apart the tunnel, the panels on the bottom, the tunnel that goes underneath. I've been in and under the dash. I've secured every wire, everything, the HUD. I've done it on the passenger side, the driver's side. I've secured and retorqued every bolt down to its torque spec, and I still have that noise. So I've decided to take it to the pros. I'm going to Lou Back Road Chevrolet in Coconut Creek. I've spoken with Matt, the service advisor, who's going to put it with their vet tech. I've specifically required a vet tech for this, and that's what you want to do if you have a Corvette. Don't just have anybody that works in there do it. You want someone who knows this car in and out. I believe it is the end link of the sway bar. There's a most minuscule amount of play in a vertical way. I believe it's from when I had hit the asphalt change on the Sawgrass Expressway, which is a highway here in South Florida. I believe that might have damaged the nylon bushing that's inside that end link. I think it's that, or it may be the Magna ride. When I hit that bump, it might have done something in there. So I'm going to take it over to the dealership, see how they do. Their vet techs have every tool they need, obviously, to work on this, and I'm hoping we can get this ghost rattle resolved. And just like that, the ghost noise is gone. Thank you, Lou Back Road Chevrolet. All right guys, so I got the car back from Lou Back Road Chevrolet. I want to give a huge shout out to Matthew, the service advisor. Excellent communication, called me back, talked to me on the phone when I was there, immediate. The people there were great with their service, and their tech, who is a specific Corvette tech, which if you're going to take your car to a dealership, please make sure for your own sake that you have someone who is a certified Corvette tech, not just some guy who works on Chevys, because there are a lot of nuances to these cars. Well, Donnie was the tech that I got to work with. He spent time with me. We talked about the car. I went through what we went through, and he figured out exactly what I went in there with, which is a bad sway bar end link. Yep, there's nylon bushings that are in there where they tighten them down, and if they get dimpled, dented, cracked, or distorted due to bad driving conditions, such as an uneven pavement, or if you hit something like a pothole, that can send a sound all the way up through the car and make it sound like it is coming directly from the dashboard, which is why I went insane trying to find it. So the long story short, under warranty, covered part, I had them replace both. So it turns out that while we felt the driver's side end link was the problem and the other side was, when they, on further inspection, they figured out that the other one was actually deteriorating as well. So they replaced both. That way, everything's great. The whole front end isn't going to be a problem later down the road that one was good, one was wearing out. They're both going to wear out evenly, but they did find that both were not in the best of shapes, even though this is the one that was significantly worse. An easy fix, literally something I could have done in an hour, but since it's under warranty, I let them do that. If you have a knocking that sounds like it's coming from the driver or the passenger side dashboard, that may very well be your sound. Now, it could be other things, and I'm gonna go through them with you in this video. But thank goodness to those guys. I really appreciate you, Matt, Donnie, you guys were fantastic. You did a great job. Let me explain a little bit more. All right. So one thing that I did to figure out after going through all the things you're gonna see in this video, I had my daughter pushing on the hood, well, not on the hood, actually on the front bumper down, hopefully not to set off an airbag, pushing down while I was under the car, reaching and grabbing a hold of the end link. It has two 18mm nuts, I believe, that hold it together. It's about this big. It's a sway bar end link. I was holding that. There should be zero vertical movement. And when she bounced the car, I could feel a very, I mean, we're talking probably less than a millimeter of movement in there. I said, I bet that's it. That's the noise. I did the same thing on the passenger side. Firm, no problem. Now there will be a slight bit of stiff rotation. That's normal movement. But any vertical movement, not normal. So if you have that knock, instead of digging under the dashboard and in the frunk and under the car and all the stuff that I went through and taking off the wheels and the wheel liner, check that, because it's an easy fix. In fact, it's something that you could probably do on your own if you have the tools, and you can lift the car up, get the wheel off in probably a half hour. But I had them do it for me. So the way that they tested over there, and I thought this was kind of interesting, was they opened the door to give more leverage and bounced the door while he held the end link, and he noticed it. He goes, yep, it's the end link. He knew just like I did. He felt it. He said, that's it. And so that was the problem, and that was the solution. Very easy. They brought the car back in pristine condition, clean, immaculate. Everything was done well. They put the plastic down, the mess, everything. I'm telling you, they did a great job over at Lou Road. I'm very pleased. In your C8 Corvette, regardless of the model, whether it's the Z06, the E-Ray, the ZR1, or a Stingray like mine. All right, guys, so this has been an emotional roller coaster of stress. I probably put 20-something hours in total over several days on this car, lifting it up, bringing it down, taking off wheels, checking this, torque specking everything on the suspension, and that was actually torqued well. Just so you know, the end links are 74 foot-pounds of torque. They were torqued fine. That little bit of play, I didn't test for that in the beginning, and I wish I did. It would have saved me a lot of hours of grief. But what it did give me was the knowledge and the know-how to pretty much know every inch of this gosh darn car. I know every speck of what's going on the dashboard. I know every nut, 7mm, 10mm, things that are going on in the frunk, in the area where the cowl is, where the panels sit, where there's anything touching, vibrating. I'm telling you now, this car is so freaking quiet because I got every little peep and nick, knock, tick, tock, everything in this car quieted. That was the final straw. All right, so thank you guys for watching. If this is something that helps you, I hope, please comment below, let me know. If you're like me, you like a car that sounds and feels quiet and tight, this was driving me bananas. I'm so grateful that we got to the bottom of this, as long of a journey as it's been. So that's it, man. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any other questions, or if there's things you'd like to see or in other videos, let me know. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. It's a plastic clip, people. Why is this so flippin' challenging? Ay, ya mama. Thank goodness that ghost noise is gone. I can sleep at night.